goal long term is to like just keep building this audience. Yeah, I want to keep building this audience. I want to just be doing good at this stuff. There's too many people that I've spoke to recently that they're just like so behind on these trends. They're not thinking about the AI stuff. They're not thinking about how media buying is going to be impacted by AI, right? We're probably going to see like the biggest shift that we've seen in a long time, in a very, very short period of time. Like, it's just going to come and it's going to hit everyone really hard. No one's going to realize they're going to be so behind. But yeah, guys, it's very much one of these things where it's like, if you don't get on it now, you're going to be screwed, literally. I feel like, I think 2025 is when you'll see it, and I think there'll be like a big shift. So my kind of prediction 2025, going back to that point, is that you're going to get media buyers, marketers, content creators, business owners, executives, different types of people essentially in marketing, who are going to see the rapid change in how people are marketing their brands. Everything's going to go towards social, and this sort of creative strategy, even just like basic media buying, is going to be impacted by AI. You're going to get, I'm already using it right now, like, you're going to go to AI, you're going to say, hey, this is my brand, this is what's worked for me so far. Think of ideas that are similar to my top performing videos. And that AI is going to then draft the hook, and it's going to be able to look at what it is that potentially made those videos go viral in the first place. That is what a strategist would have done previously. But now anybody can get access to that type of thinking with this AI, which is wild. Yeah, I'm even tempted to build a tool that does it. But if you're not looking at getting into this stuff and staying ahead of it, like, it's just crazy. I don't know why I wouldn't. Let me have a look. There was a tool for TikTok that could do this. It was like a TikTok follower exporter. I think it's called TT Exporter. Yeah. Enter TikTok username, and then it would download up to 5,000 followers. You could also download your videos all at once. What was it called? TikTok download all videos or something like that. Talk backup, I think is it that one? Or talk download? Let's have a look. I mean, talk backup looks pretty decent. Yeah, talk backup. This tool right here. Do you know what? I'm going to sign up real quick. I thought we already had an account, but maybe not. Let me just sign up. Ah, yeah, I do have an account because it says email already taken. So let me sign in. Econ Playbook, how you doing? Do you do any digital products? So I have my own, which I market. They go pretty well. I also have 2 clients who also have digital products that I'm just running their ads. I actually really like digital products. Like, there's so much margin, so much potential, honestly. But I'd say pretty much all of the ones I've worked on, they're selling at a price point of around $99. So what I found works is this bundle where you have multiple products, or you say you've got multiple products and you bundle it into one. So I talked about previously on another stream, the guy I was working with that had presets for like video editors, like cinema photography, that type of stuff. I think they're called LUT presets. And you have like themes, and each theme was I think $100 each or something like that. So what I'd say is you're getting $1,000 worth of presets for $99 for a limited time only. It wasn't limited time only, that was the same offer all year. But the way the page was designed was like countdown, $99 worth $1,000, and that worked really well. It had so much FOMO. We had reviews, we had like video walkthroughs, before and afters. That worked well for that product. And this guy, before he worked with me, he already made like £800,000. He's a British guy. He already made 800k by running Advantage Plus ads himself for that, which was absolutely mind blowing. He was literally a one-man band, and he didn't know what he was doing. So I've seen that type of offer work well. I had another guy who is actually quite big on TikTok, and he was doing PowerPoint presentations, and it was a PowerPoint super bundle. That I think was about $80. Same again, FOMO around limited time only. You get the full bundle worth X, and you get it today for like $80. So yeah, they're pretty good. Can Meta limit how many sales you get by deliberately limiting the ad account? It doesn't limit the sales or like conversions, but it can limit your daily spend, yeah. But there's no such thing as a limit to how many sales you're going to get. It really is like a formula, a mathematical formula of you need X number of clicks, this click-through rate, you need this conversion rate, I don't know, this CPM, and that would equal this ROAS. Facebook's not going to limit that. It might limit your reach. Make more products, charge more, market better. Literally. One guy I'm working with right now, I mean, he's doing an easy, I wouldn't say easy, but it's easier than most brands. He's doing like 50k a month selling digital products. And, you know, like, I'm not going to say the products are amazing. They're really not. It's just good marketing. They're valuable. People like them. And you get the odd guy who will buy from you and say, hey, I want a refund. I don't like this, or this is crap. But in general, yeah, he's killing it. Would an increase the budget for an ad set be considered a test? Not really. Guys, give me a sec. I just have to message a client. Okay. I'm starting to work with Meta Ads for print on demand company. Any tips or ideas? They want to sign up and active users. For print on demand, like if it's a SaaS company, like a tech company, the best thing to do is get the Conversions API installed through the website, and you want to be able to track people that sign up. And so then you're going to run campaigns that drive people to sign up, and you have a whole funnel like with email nurturing where it reaches out to those people, it nurtures them to get their first sale. Maybe you talk about like how to make money with print on demand, that type of content. Can I work with you commission-based work? I don't really do commission anymore. I've just got screwed over by a lot of people, so I've kind of avoided it now. But I might be able to work with you on fixed fee. How's my SaaS going? It's going good. It's got to a point where I can only go so far on my own with what I'm doing. And so I'm currently interviewing a couple of developers. I had a lot of interest actually. I had one guy that works at Airbus, really good machine learning developer. So there's potential with him. There's two developers I used to work with previously in Toronto who are interested. I'm planning to actually release like almost like a waitlist type of thing and start getting people on that and start slowly releasing the product and just get feedback. I applied on your website a few weeks back, didn't hear anything. Let me have a look. I don't usually miss those inquiries, but I'll double check. Ori Sanders is on my TikTok name. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was struggling to remember that name. How accurate are Google ad estimates from planning campaign? I don't think they're very accurate at all. Same with Meta. I think like the estimates that you get when you're planning a campaign, sometimes they're almost like oversold to you. I'm guessing you're referring to the keyword planner, right? Or you're referring to some of the other metrics. But Meta's the worst. I think Meta's worse at Google. For keyword planning, I'm looking at AdWords keyword planner. I'm looking at Answer Public. Answer Public is really valuable. I look at SEMrush sometimes, and even Ubersuggest. That's Neil Patel's tool. And I'm comparing data across all of those. And yeah, I'm kind of trying to look for long tail keywords and find keywords that have good search volume, but very low competition. Especially if you're in a niche that is like highly saturated. What's your landing page, Joe? Try to type the domain in. You might have to do like the word dot instead of .com, because TikTok usually removes it. Punch Pro. Is this what I think it is? No. Empower your team, keep track of time. Interesting. Are you building this yourself? Or you developed this yourself? It's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm currently building sort of like a finance product myself. But if we pull up your landing page, I have to preview it like this. I don't know if it's mobile optimized. I'm not sure if it is. Empower your team, keep track of time. You know, I think like on this landing page, video would be pretty good. Kind of shows you going through the product. Get started button's not working.
Do you have hourly?
This video here is pretty cool. So like when I've worked with SaaS companies or anything like this, usually what you do is you'd have a free trial. So you would optimize for free trials. So your Google ads should pay per trial essentially. And then if you've got a good product, people are going through it. Like we use Mixpanel usually to look at how these trials are interacting with the product. And you want to essentially make sure that everyone that starts a trial uses all the features, so they see the value of the product, and then X% of those people convert into a paid user. That's kind of the funnel that's always worked for me. What's the SEO tool you showed that makes blogs? I think you're talking about Byword. These guys right here. Byword is expensive as fuck, honestly. Like, I'm thinking of replicating it. The founder actually went on a podcast and publicly said that it's pretty much all ran through GPT. But there is something he's using to almost like humanize each article. So it tries to not be detected by Google with whatever they've got set up to detect AI content. So it's really trying to write like a human. But it's a nice product because it does everything in one. You know, like you can literally get the sitemap uploaded, it will look at links and it will do inbound linking. It will also help you find the right keywords that have low competition that you can go and write stuff for. It is pretty good, but it's expensive. Yeah, it's like, actually, let me have a look. Did they put it on their homepage? Pricing. Starts at $99 a month. How to apply for one-to-one coaching? Send me a link through my bio. Send me a message on there. Or you can just DM me. One sec, guys. I'm just quickly updating something. All right, there we go. Will AI replace media buying? Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. It already is affecting media buying. Yeah, I've seen it firsthand, and I'm trying to build a product right now. I'm actually doing that in the background. What I'm seeing it affect most is that, like, to give you an example, previously I would have like clients, I still do now, and they weren't looking at Ads Manager for various reasons. They either don't have time, they don't know how, they don't like it, whatever. And so what they'll do is I'll hire someone like myself or an agency, and they'll give them questions like, how's our click-through rate looking today? Or, is our cost per click where it needs to be? Like just questions where they want to get information from Ads Manager, and you're kind of the middleman to do that. Well, AI can now do that, and so it enables nearly anyone to pull out data from Ads Manager and understand it, because this AI will summarize it. Like Claude can do it, ChatGPT can do it, and I'm building a bot right now that enables you to do that from Slack. So you literally talk to it like a media buyer. It's an AI media buyer, and you say, hey, how's our performance yesterday? And it gives you all that insight. Then you've got the ability for this bot to look at giving you recommendations. So, maybe for the last 3 days, it's noticed that this ad set is not performing very well and it's declining. So it'll ask you, do you want me to turn off this ad set or decrease the spend? And you can say yes, and it will go and do that action. And so the AI again has gone and looked at how your ad sets are performing, or your ads, and it's now advising you on what to do. So it's going to shift to the point where you can pretty much run ads with AI. You don't need a media buyer. And media buyers like myself, I mean, for like top end, you're paying like 3K or more a month versus paying this AI to do most of it for you for like $100 a month. So it's definitely going to affect it. And the same is going to apply on the content side, the organic side. Like I was talking before, how I could export all of my videos right now, feed into AI and say, go and try and figure out what are the trends that you notice between the videos that did best for me, and then give me 50 ideas of videos that I can now create over the next month that are similar to those. And it will go away and write the hook. It will tell me what to do. And you would normally pay a strategist to help you with that. They put together like a content plan. Now you get the AI to do it in a couple of minutes. You can do that with ChatGPT. So yeah, it's going to be interesting next year. What's my prediction when AI takes over agencies? My prediction is that agency value will decline, but agency quality will increase. Because in an agency, you have a lot of these like repetitive tasks, and I think the AI tools out there can do a lot of it and do a better job, which will then result in the overall quality of work from agencies being a lot better. And they won't need as much talent, and that talent won't be as overly stretched as it is right now, because you've got tools that are helping to do the execution of a lot of work. And so really an agency would become more of like a strategist, I think, at that point. They're strategizing what ad creative is good. They're using AI even to help them understand how things worked previously, like what worked well, what didn't. Is it static? Is it video? What hooks are working well? And you just need someone to really look over that and almost like create more variations of that. But it'll be interesting. Agencies are going to have to change their pricing, 100%. What's the reason my retargeting campaign to have really bad performance? It could be down to the fact that the size of the audience you're going after is really small, and so you're saturating. It could be down to the offer. If you're just blasting people with like 30% off discount, but people aren't interested in buying from you in the first place, then retargeting is not going to work. It could be an issue with your custom audience as well. What AI tools am I using to develop the SaaS? So I've been using Replit, but what I found with Replit is that you get to a certain stage and it gets stuck. So I'm actually doing it right now. I'm basically using Windsurf, which uses Claude. I'm using that to kind of come up with the code, and then I'm copying some of that code over to Replit, and then Replit's fixing any bugs, and then we're testing it. I've been using Lovable, I think it's Lovable Dev or .dev. That's really interesting. Like I built a CRM the other day. It was actually just before Christmas. I built it in about 2 hours, any issues that came up, it fixed itself. Like, it was so quick. But yeah, it does start to get into a loop after a while, and starts like not understanding things. You can see right here, like, I'm currently testing this. Yeah, see, this is still got issues. What is going on with this? Are you getting leads for what, through like TikTok and YouTube? Yeah, I definitely get leads. Yeah. Which offers am I using for bottom of funnel? It varies. I try not to do discounts too much because I find that you just devaluing your brand. So really, it's like, what lifestyle content, what content that has social proof or trust building can I use? Would you sell your agency? Do people sell? So I don't have an agency anymore. I just work as a freelancer, and then I have other companies. There are agencies for sale, but I think it's very hard. From what I've seen, it's very hard to sell an agency for a big multiple because there's a lot to it. It's not really like a scalable business, if you know what I mean. And if you lose like your 3 biggest clients tomorrow, you're probably gonna have to get rid of like half your workforce. And those clients will leave at some point. They always jump around. I think from what I'm seeing, the agencies who are selling, they've built internal tools that are really valuable. Like, software, AI tools, content tools, SEO tools that they've got loads of different companies using. If you look at Neil Patel's agency, for example, he's got his blog, which is huge on SEO. He's got Ubersuggest. He's bought Answer the Public. He's got a bunch of other tools that are associated with that agency. So the valuation of that type of agency is like way bigger than just a service business. You want to work with me? How? You can send me a DM, or you can go to the link in my bio. You sent me a DM on Instagram. Okay, I'll reply to it. ABO or CBO? For me, at the moment, it's ad set budget optimization, like all the time. Am I still running ads from 25th to the 1st of Jan? Yeah. Um, I only have one brand. Yeah, only one brand right now that have turned their ads off until New Year. Personally, I think you should still run your ads. Like, I don't think you should turn it off. Unless, of course, you're B2B, like, and most people aren't back till January. But even then, you know, I've one client who's doing lead gen in B2B, and their lead costs gone down massively. Because I guess people are at home, they're seeing ads, and they're getting in touch. It's just whether those people are still engaged when they get back to work. When selling internationally, do you create new landing pages or dynamically change prices? We create new landing pages for different languages, and also we change the price, like if it's pounds versus euros and Australian dollars, that type of stuff, yeah. But there are a couple of plugins as well that kind of do that for you dynamically. Any software for AI cold callers? The one I've been using is Vapi, VAPI. Probably the most advanced. I think there's another one that's come out recently. I've not tried it. Vapi is pretty good. Is it possible to run both top of funnel and bottom funnel on the same ad set? The meta distribute to the right people. You could put top of funnel and bottom of funnel ad sets in the same campaign. But you can't put it in the same ad set, like in terms of custom audiences. But if you went broad and didn't have exclusions, then you would naturally end up showing to your bottom of funnel, which is actually the wrong thing to do because you want to make sure that you're reaching enough new people. So yeah, ideally you want an ad set for top of funnel and an ad set for bottom of funnel. That's how you should structure it, always. Do I use Pagefly or Replo? I don't use either of those. I use Webflow a lot. Oh crap, one sec guys. Hyde, what's up, man? What's your take on helping local businesses? My take is in like, can I help them or? I think it depends on the business. Like, if you're a restaurant, it's a lot harder. You can saturate, especially in a small region. So I think it depends on like your market size. By exclusions, it will naturally go for bottom of funnel when they're the lowest hanging fruit. Exactly. And that's why if you launch a brand new ad set broad with no exclusions, you're usually fine that for the first like 48 hours, you get really good results. And then what people do is they just increase the budget crazy amounts, and then the whole thing crashes, and they're like, what the hell's going wrong? They blame Facebook. Is this meta ads? Yeah. It's in dark mode though. Do you separate campaigns by country? Yes. So what you typically have is like budget allocation between region, and so you then have to have campaigns for those regions. Um, Usually it's like a max of 3 regions, and the third one is like rest of the world. So you'd have UK, US, rest of the world. Sometimes you do UK, US, Europe, and rest of the world, and you have like Australia, Asia, and all that. But yeah, you have to have dedicated campaign or ad set with dedicated spend so that you allocate correctly. What's the average healthy ROAS for ecom? For ecom, like I'd say healthy or like minimum is that you're making back the money that you're spending. And a lot of brands don't do that. Anything on top is great. But at minimum, you want to be in a position where you are returning the cash that you spend within 30 days. Because then, I'm not advising you take on debt, but like, you know, you can use Amex, you can use debt essentially to help you scale quicker. And sometimes as you spend more, you know, you build up your audience, you send email campaigns out, it helps bring up the revenue, the ROI, the overall ROI starts going up. Too many people are focused on like, how do I get to 5x ROAS? Most of the time, it's not even realistic. Is it not more efficient to pull all countries into one campaign and let Met decide where to spend? It's kind of like yes and no, because Meta, so like if you zoom out, you look at the bigger picture and you look in like Shopify and stuff like that, you should know where your customers are coming from and what country is most profitable on sort of a business level, not just what's in Ads Manager, right? If you rely on Facebook to distribute the spend, you'll often find that it goes really hard on the US, for example, because of the size of its audience, and it will actually miss out, like, let's say, for example, Germany, because I had this issue with a jewelry brand. They were spending 150K a month on ads. They had multiple countries in all their ad sets, and when you look at the top line, like how much is being spent in the US versus everywhere else, it was pretty much like 90% going to the US. And what you'd find was that their entire performance was dictated by the US market. And so what we ended up doing was actually having an allocation of their budget between different countries, and we spent less on the US, and that made the ROAS more stable and actually drove it up, because we found that there were all these countries and regions that we could group into individual ad sets and get really strong ROAS because they were like so saturated in the US. But some people will argue that you don't need to do that because they think that Meta's good at distributing spend. Personally, I just haven't seen that. Tanner, what's up, man? CPC is under 50 cents, CTR is 8%, but my CPMs are very high. CTR of 8%, that's pretty good. What is your CPM? Is ROAS below 2x still okay? It depends on if it's enough for your business. Like some businesses can cope with that. Digital products, you know, if you're making a 2x on 50K spend, your margins are so high that 2x is good, even 1.5x. But for an ecom brand, it's got product, logistics, team, all that stuff, it's probably not profitable. Guys, just give me 1 sec. I'm just quickly updating something. Right, let me restore. Rust is useless. I agree. Rust is like, well, it's modeled conversion data, right? Facebook says it themselves. It's not accurate. And that's why I don't believe in some of these tools like Triple Well. It's like, stop obsessing over Rust. Start looking at the more important metrics, the bigger picture. $35 CPM, target goal is to be at $15. So here's what I'd say, right? I have ad accounts right now where the CPMs are pretty high, but the ROAS is decent and the cost per purchase is decent. So in your scenario, like, what is your CPA right now? To get your CPM lower, like, you can't really cut it in half, especially top of funnel. The only way you can really do it is you have multiple countries and you double down on the country with the lower CPM. But you may only be wanting to sell in one country. Yeah, how you focus on new customer acquisition is exclusions. That is the easiest way to do it. What's my thoughts on TikTok ads? They work, but what you find is that for e-com especially, you get loads of traffic and it doesn't convert. And I've actually noticed, I need to put together like a report to properly show this, but there's a common trend across multiple ad accounts that the moment you turn on TikTok ads, Meta goes downhill. And I think the reason why is because you're sending loads of low quality traffic. It kind of just messes with the pixels. It kind of throws things off. For me, like, the most success I've had on TikTok ads is actually lead gen. I found it really good for lead generation. TikTok shop ads, they're pretty decent, but they only work for a certain type of product, kind of like impulse buyers. If you're trying to sell like premium beauty or, I don't know, like $60 supplement, it's very difficult with TikTok. Is it normal to experience decline sales on the end of the month? Sometimes. It really does vary. But like, what I would say is that towards the end of the month, you should see a bump in sales going up because people get paid. Ranjan, what's up? How you doing? Should you test ads now or wait until next year because of the ad costs? I would start now. It's kind of like what they say with trading. Don't try and time the market, right? Because in January, you are going to get people that are not going to be spending money because they've spent too much in December. So, they're basically broke, right? That's a common trend you see, especially in like retail and e-com in Jan. People just don't spend money like they do prior to Christmas. So you could have that affect you. Am I a one-man agency? I work as a freelancer, so yeah, you could say that. Should I test? Sorry, we didn't answer that. Why is there one link click ad? Do you recommend link clicks? I don't recommend link clicks. This link click campaign was from a client that was testing before I came on. Yeah, I wouldn't do link clicks. Never. It's terrible. I need your advice regarding Meta. I have a decent experience with lead gen and want to enter ecom. You want to generate for money for yourself. Wait, let me read this again. So you want to do ads for brands, right? Or is this your own thing? That's what I'm trying to understand. Guys, I have to jump. Thanks everyone for watching.